finally back. I know it's been a while, I've been busy, but I have finished the sketchbook, and I thought that starting the new year with a sketchbook tour of the one I just finished in December would be a good way to start. I've also started a new sketchbook that I will be showing later. The stickers on the sketchbook are from my Redbubble shop that I made. They have been here in quite some time, as you can see, so they're fading a tiny bit, but it's been like a year and I've handled it not super carefully, so yeah. The opening spread of the sketchbook was actually in one of my videos where I started the sketchbook. These are my OCs, Rilla and Lucy, aka Sir Lucian. If you want to know more about them, check out my other videos or stick around for future ones. And yeah, I always like to start my sketchbook with a goals page and the start and end date. So that is what I did here also, and this is more Lucy and Rilla because I wanted the first page of the sketchbook to be related to the opening spread. And yeah, so I think I did get through these goals mostly in the sketchbook, but that is also for you to judge by the end of the sketchbook's work. The first two pages of the sketchbook are from when I was on holiday in France. This is from a wagon that my parents stayed in while they were on holiday, and these were some sheep that the family that owned the Airbnb had. And I've been trying to work more on my environments and backgrounds this year, I guess last year, this year as in this academic year. So you will see more of that here. And yeah, these are the sheep. I really like them. I really like living all the sheep in the fields, so I kind of just went and stared at them and started doing sheep studies. All of these are very rough, but they were fun to do and they helped me, you know, just get a hold of more shapes. I find that doing studies like this helps a lot with your visual library for drawing things in the future, you know. And yeah, this was from imagination, as you can see. But this one was from reference. Again, this is the place where we stayed at. This was where me and my brother stayed while my parents were in the wagon. And this is a tree that was at the time of the holiday. This is in September. I started the sketchbook in July. And no, not sorry, my bad. In August, not in September. Oh, wait. This was again church in France. This was a quick study. Well, not really a study, but a quick sketch I did with a British X marker. This one. They're pretty fun to sketch with. And good for quick sketches, so that was what I did here. This is Joan of Arc. We love Joan of Arc. So Lucian is vaguely inspired by her. And these are Silas and Daphne, and they are two characters from one of my favorite books, The Spirit Bears His Teeth. These were thumbnails that I did for a painting I wanted to do with them on a bigger canvas. I can actually show it to you here. It is currently a work in progress in my room, but yeah, I'm hoping to finish it this week, since I just got back from the winter holidays. Apologies for the shaky camera. Oh yeah, this is the sort of a storyboard for an animatic that I'm currently working on. Possibly an animated, but definitely an animatic at least to start with. It is with this song, The Stone House by June Henry, featuring my C's Robin and Kai from my comic At World's End, which you can now find on Webtoon. I'm currently working on chapter 3, so do check that out. But yeah, it goes like in this order. You can't really tell what's happening because the music is absent and sketches are quite rough, but it is also going into my portfolio for the school I really want to get into. I have to apply for it next academic year, so I'm currently working on my portfolio, which is also why I'm not quite as present on YouTube and social media, because I've been busy with that and the comic. But yeah, this goes on my portfolio. That's well as some other things in the sketchbook. If you see one of these bookmarks, it means it is portfolio material. This was a quick drawing of my girlfriend that I did on call and then added the like lavender around her. And these were concept sketches for an illustration I really wanted to do that I did not end up doing, but it represents a very specific feeling that I only really managed to convey vaguely. I might turn it into an illustration in the future, but let's be honest, there are a lot of concepts in the sketchbook and in my sketchbooks in general, and not all of them make it into final works, but I find that doing concepts, still helps work the art muscle, I guess. These were thumbnails for adults and the cover of the comic. I ended up going with this one. I'll put it up on screen, but you can also see it if you go to Webtoon or Tumblr. Is the cover of the comic itself, and it is Robin and Kai. This is a monster from World's End. Spoilers for chapter 3. And these were some trees that I saw while I was out and just sketched, but I added eyes because birch trees do look like they have eyes to me. This sketch page is glued together because I did not like it. These were more sketches I did. These were live when I went out to the sea. This is a background. I swear it does not really make sense because the values are super off. But this is a cat that I saw there, and this is a sketch of my girlfriend I did on call as well. These are more seeds of mine. Eden, Vish, and Rune. They're a poly fae throuple, so to speak. I love drawing them a lot. They're very touchy, very affectionate. And this is a character from my friend's book called The God's Machine, which is currently coming out, that I will link in the description. Free quick promotion of a friend's work, but it's super cool. It is a horror novel that is currently still coming out. This is my favorite character from it, a very scrunkly guy. Do read it if you want to know more about him. This is from when I went to an art museum, ended up sketching some of the statues and windows and paintings and stuff that I found interesting. I love sketching out compositions and noting things I like about paintings to reference in the future with my own paintings. This is Rune from previously mentioned this poly throuple. He's a snake fae, I guess, and this is Eden. And these were sticker design ideas for the Magnus Archives. These actually are out on my Redbubble, so you'll find them linked in the Redbubble in the description. Some of these actually just came in. This is what the final product ended up looking like. This is John. Look, the fucking tape. These are some of my other stickers. This is the John and Martin hands. This is Martin. I haven't used them yet. And this is more of my stickers. This is their fluorescent because I wanted to see what they were like. But yeah, making stickers is super fun. I've been doing that, and I do want to make more. If you have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments. This was a drawing I did in a park while I was hanging out with a friend. I added a deer in the background. This is also vaguely present in That World End, but you'll have to keep an eye out for that. And this is from when I watched Knights of Guinevere, a super amazing show. I can't wait for the second episode to come out. This is Frankie and her employer, I guess. I really love the shape language that Dana Terrace uses, so I've been doing some study of that to try to implement it into my own work. Yeah, and here later I did some faces from imagination to both warm up and also try to implement, some more interesting shape language. Same face syndrome is a is a curse that a lot of artists struggle with. I don't think I struggle with it that badly generally, but it's always good to, you know, try to have more and more varieties. I try to do that as much as I can. This is another character of mine, also going into the portfolio, as you can see. Her name, or their name, I'm not sure yet, is Fern, and they're chronically ill, chronically fatigued witch. I've created her specifically for my portfolio because I wanted to do a concept for show works to add to my portfolio, since I'm interested in studying animation. So there's a lot of like character design, backgrounds, concept art, and storyboards and kind of thing in it. And these are some personal notes. I do a lot of notes in my sketchbooks everywhere. I think it's fun, and it helps with my process. But yeah, Fern is very tired. Fern has a crow companion. You'll be seeing more of them in the future for sure. These are some objects, my headphones, and other things that I did in class, implementing also like shape studies and perspective. It's fun to do, and I added watercolor on top to make it more interesting. This is the continuation of the storyboard in here. Also very interesting to do. This is almost the end of it. I still need to do a few sketches before I actually started, but hopefully you will see the animatic coming out on my YouTube somewhere in the next couple of months. This is more Fern. I did some color swatches with arts acrylic markers. These are sketches I did for school. Was originally supposed to be for a sculpture depicting transformation, take the Metamorphosis by Kafka also, but mainly as a trans allegory, the, you know, transitioning and becoming a new person. It's very close thematic to me, obviously, and yeah, it would be called Metamorphosis as well. And I've been thinking of doing a painting with it instead of the sculpture, because I ended up going with something else. But yeah, maybe one day, as I say about a lot of my content. These were some Tumblr art requests of TMA. There were Gary, Gertrude, and Morton and John. Yeah, if you ever want to do art requests, feel free to hop to my Tumblr, which I will also post in the description. They're very fun to do. They're always open, so I can't promise I'll get to them, but do feel free. This is some sketches of Lucy, aka Sir Lucian. This is Arthur Lester from the Malevolent podcast. I highly recommend it, as well as the Magnet Archives. As you can probably tell, especially if you've been on this YouTube page for a while, I'm very into fiction podcasts. So yeah, you will see a lot of characters from in my sketchbook sometimes. These are trans mushrooms inspired by Jonah from the Queer Mushroom Forest movement, who organizes resources for trans folks. And yeah, I really love how they represented, you know, trans people as mushrooms, so we did some of those. Also shown by one of my stickers that I ended up making. These are some sword designs as a warm-up. They were very fun to do. Some of them made it vaguely into the designs for Lucy's sword. This is either Lucy's or maybe Robin's knife. The Robin's knife ended up being different, so I guess Lucy does. This is some sketches of Villa. Again, as you can see, I love my C's very much. They're very present. And yeah, I love putting pressed flowers into my sketchbooks. So this is one of them. This is a reference to Avatar The Last Airbender with Lucy and my fiancé turned into a bird. Spoilers for Lucy and Rilla's story. Rilla is, yep, as you can see. And this was a circus mice sketches that I ended up turning into a sticker that I showed was a random sketch I did for sculpture concepts on the same note as the previous Metamorphosis sketches that I showed, and I stuck some leaves into my sketchbook since it was autumn. This is me as a knight, and the sword, and it's finally autumn. These were some environment sketches, partly from imagination, partly from reference. This is an OC of one of my friends. These were more environment sketches that did not end up going perfectly conversation, but they were interesting to do, I guess. I might go over them at some point and try to fix them. This is another probably circle I made of some circus people that came from a project I was working on in class. This is also them. And this was a pretty random sketchbook spread of a mix of like buildings, backgrounds, the concept for an animation, more thumbnails for Lucy and stuff like that. This is the Italian Postal Service. The building kind of looked like it had a spine, so I drew it as if it did have a spine and added, an eye and tentacles to make a Cthulhu-esque illustration of the Italian Postal Service. This is Rilla. I did some development for her outfits. This is also during my portfolio, as you can see. She might be a shepherd, she might be an alchemist. I'm still working on her design, but Rilla is Rilla. These are some more building sketches, partly from imagination, partly from reference. These I'm pretty sure are entirely from imagination, whereas this one is partly from reference on something I found of interest for bird nest houses and a fern that I put in my sketchbook, of course, because these are kind of developments for Lucy's house, the witch's hut. So it might be a house on chicken legs, it might be a nest kind of house, I'm not sure yet. Still developing it, but these will go, with fern into my portfolio. There's some random sketches of Lucy, this one inspired by Perfect Blue. These are some dragons I did. I'm currently reading the Saga of Lucy by Ursula Le Guin, so I'm thinking about, high fantasy and dragons a lot. Might put them in Lucy's world, not sure yet. More dragons. Been working on, understanding their shapes and how to design them through animal references. These are some people from class that I turned into My Little Ponies. And these, which are also going on my portfolio, are very fun backpack designs. I did actually finish this and ended up making an inventory illustration for Robin and Kai, which I will put on screen now. But this is inspired by my own backpack, and so I did some studies of my own backpack while I was in class, and then this ended up being Kai's backpack. These are more development sketches for the backpacks. I ended up going with these two for Robin and Kai. These were very fun to do, and are going on my portfolio. This is some very random environment sketches with references. These are some more developments for possibly Rilla, because she might come from a kind of witches coterie, which are also traveling performers. As you can see, I'm still developing her character, since the range of her designs goes from like a shepherd to like a traveling performer to an alchemist to anything. So character design is very fun, very interesting. Maybe she's all three. These are some more random sketches I did. These are of myself and my hands and some random trees. This is me if I was a wizard in the Earthsea world, and another dragon. These are very fun to do. They're a colored pencil also. Earthsea is such an interesting book. I love its magic system and such. These were some sketches for woodcuts that I did end up doing and will put up on screen. And these are some other Christmas gift ideas that I had. I am the only tired, exhausted immigrant that is allowed to be working on Christmas presents. These were some thumbnails I did for a present for my partner, based on a song that she wrote. And these are concepts for characters from Middle-earth Quest. Even though I did end up playing Middle-earth Quest recently, and it is very different from D&D. I have a friend who wanted to use the premises in Middle-earth Quest to run a D&D campaign. He's still like working on figuring out how to even do that, but I got super excited about it, so I made some character concepts. This one isn't really fleshed out. This one is a hobbit who just really loves his quiet life, really loves his wife. I don't know why he would leave for an adventure yet, but I'll figure it out. And this is like Wizard's Apprentice concept, which is very clumsy and really badly wants to be a wizard, but cannot be a wizard also, because according to Lord of the Rings lore, spoilers, skip like 30 seconds if you don't want them. In the Lord of the Rings universe, wizards are like angelic beings sent down to Earth to keep the balance as like old men, so this concept technically wouldn't work, but I've been working with the DM to figure it out. This is Faust. This is an elder wizard and is Lucy's mentor in her story. I'm still working on his design. I did end up finishing this illustration, which you can find on my other socials like Kara and Tumblr. And this is more sketches of the same feathery deer from earlier. And yeah, this was a random collage I did at school with some newspaper clippings, because why not? These are some random fish, also for fun/warm-ups. And that is the end of the sketchbook. So pretty quick sketchbook tour, I guess. This indicates the portfolio marker pages. This is me. This is what I look like canonically, for sure. Because it means "and" in Swedish. YouTube, do not flag me. And it is little micro movements because we love them. So I started this in July, finished it in December, so that is like 5 months, which is some of the longest sketchbooks it took me to finish. But it's justified by the fact that I have been working on actually finishing my illustrations and doing full length paintings such as this one, and doing more complete illustrations and working on my portfolio and working on my comic. So that is why. But yeah, I did a summary page of whether I followed my goals for this sketchbook. I did. I could have done a little more. I'm working on that in my next sketchbook, and these were some goals for next time. And yeah, this sketchbook helped me a lot in terms of developing both my portfolio and my character design skills and like my projects. It was very fun to do. I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. Come back to hear more about my essays and my stories if you're interested at all. Do check out my Discord if you're interested in a community for growing artists and musicians and writers alike. We have a lot of ongoing projects that are very cool, such as God Machine, At World's End, and others. You can get your own project channel in the server. And yeah, chat with a lot of other creatives. It's super fun. And do feel free to check out my stickers if you're interested. I also have commissions open in digital form, both on Ko-Fi and VGen, so I will link those as well. And yeah, thank you for sticking around. I'm back. I will be trying to post more regularly again, which I say every time, but I will be trying this year. One of my New Year's resolutions for sure. And do come back to see more from my new sketchbook, which is this one. Very clear, which I have barely started. Yeah. Happy New Year! And do stick around for more.